Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennial.
Okay, Coach. EA Sports, no bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Switch. Hey, lady. Motion. Hey, lady. 45's the mic. And let's get that.
Here's Darnold. And this one complete to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Squeeze, double. 36. Man, lady. Young lady. Switch. Set.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The 46-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Young lady. Wide. Get wide. Alert 3. Red 80.
Here's Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Show it up. Man, 80. On three. Motion.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson 27 yards. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Mike, right to the 3. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Rush in.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
8. Check 3.
Now Joe Mixon. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready? Set, ready? Go, Jack, let's go. We got this.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring out the 3rd down.
20. Check.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. It's caught by OBJ. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Mark. Say no.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain of 32 that time.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the penalty, it's Bell. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, son. 45, check right 45. Know your job. Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Ready? 45, Mike, 45. Get your swerve on.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Darnold. And this will be incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go, one more. Ready? Smooth. Finds the mic. Let's go. Check.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Ficken's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-0. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Newton. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish. Okay. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Here's Newton. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Odell Beckham, 47 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
45 the mic. 45 the mic. I got it.
Now it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Go,
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Newton now to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come on, right there, 54, right there. 50. Mike spot 4. Danny. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You ain't got nothing. Hey, watch that. 8. 54. Mike 54. Watch the call.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike spot 4. Mike 20. Mike spot 4. That's right, baby.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Gun.
Now Newton on 1st down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He completes it to Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 39 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Now, lady. 57, Mike. Hey, Echo. Come on, D. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Darnold from the gun. And Darnold, he lost the football.
Recovered by the Jets.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wild card matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wild card game. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready? Ready? Right there. You go tight.
Back to Mixon on first down. They find some open field here. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 57 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Bell. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
That's
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, Darnold. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, high 7. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 45.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Looking sideline, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
It was Sheldrick Redwine with good coverage that time as he was there to knock it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Darnold. A screen to Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, exit. 45 to Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 45. Mike, 45. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To the air again, Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 3rd down, Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Watch the slant.
From the 50, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check out.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
57, Mike. Here we go. 57, Mike, 57.
From the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Henry Anderson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here, as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Darnold now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Caught here by Bell. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Here's Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Darnold from the red zone now. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be a 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run it in with Bell. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold. And this is going to be caught by Smith for a Jet touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Sam Ficken for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. 20.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw is Newton. It's caught. Beckham. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Shift. Gun. Hey!
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on first down. Mixon, he fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
20.
Mixon. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Set 180. Set 180. Gun, gun, gun.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
That's 20 goons and ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by